You might have heard the story that on August 27th, the planet Mars and Earth will be so close together that Mars will look as big as the moon. Well, News 8 Austin's Burton Fitzsimmons is going to shed some light on that.
Well, I tell you, I was intrigued when I got an email from friends and just floored when it came from my grandma, noting that the red planet Mars is about to be spectacular. Have you seen this in your inbox? Yeah, this has been floating around. In fact, it says it's going to look as large as the full moon and will not get larger during the lifetime of our children and grandchildren. Is there truth to that? We're going to find out now. Torvald Hessel with the Austin Planetarium.
Good morning.
Good to have you back with us. And
thank you.
Just clarify, what's going on with this this email? Is it fact or fiction?
Well, it's actually both, and it came from a mistake. Mars gets close to Earth every 2 years. So last year, Mars was very close. 3 years ago, it was spectacularly close. And where the email goes wrong is that it says at a magnification of 75 through a telescope, and then there's a line break, and that's the mistake. Mars will look as large as the moon. Yeah, through a telescope it will look as large through the moon as the moon, but of course not just when you look at the sky yourself. And right now, I'm sad to say, Mars is actually behind the sun, so you can't even see it
at all. So not only is this, it's not going to happen at all this year.
No.
And there was some truth to this. You said 2 years ago it actually was a spectacular view.
1 year ago it was spectacular. 3 years ago it was even more spectacular, because that was indeed, I think it was the closest approach in 60,000 years, something like that. And people get excited about it, start to send emails, someone makes a mistake, and in this case it's a very unfortunate mistake. And every August we see this email coming back, and I get a lot of emails about it as well, of course.
I'm sure you do, and it's so easy to forward these things on.
Oh,
you know, to
yes.
Tens of friends and then dozens for after. So now we know the truth. Don't go outside on August 27th and expect to see a huge red planet in the sky.
No.
Well, what can we see in the skies? You have a pretty good website with some viewing tips on it.
Yes, we have the URL is austinplanetarium.org, and every month we give some astronomy news from which planets are visible. And in this month we also say on our website, or we talk about this myth from no, that's not true. And if you see something like this, or if you have an astronomy question, then just go to our website, and either on the Contact Us or the Astronomy News page, you have a place where you can type your question, comes into my mailbox, and we answer any questions you might have or debunk any myth you might have.
There you go, and not to disappoint anybody, but I'm sure there will be plenty to see the skies soon. Thank you so much for that info, Torvald, and for setting the record.